Do you deal with international teams, and do you know how to deal with international teams in the different time zones? In this episode, we are going to talk about the challenges and specifics that you need to consider when leading a remote team that is distributed around the globe. So, if you're interested in remote work or if you're already in, then keep on watching. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my project management sandbox. My name is Chris, I'm a PMP certified project manager, and for the last 4 years I'm working remotely with distributed teams around the world. And that is why I have a lot to share with you about leading a remote team and leading an international team that is located in different time zones. So let's not wait anymore and let's get directly to our episode. As I have mentioned, today we're going to be talking about leading international teams that are located in different time zones. So what is the uniqueness of this type of collaboration? Recently, with our colleagues from the international project management industry, we have recorded a webinar where we have been sharing our experience and insights. And today, in this episode, I would like to go a little bit deeper and to discuss what specifics you need to consider when you are dealing with international distributed teams. So what do you need to expect? Tip number 1. You will need to speak the unified language, and in most cases this is going to be English because English is considered as the international language. That is why if English is not your native language, make sure that you have mastered it and you practice it often. Tip number 2, and this is again language and again English, but here we need to look at the situation from a little bit different side. What I'm talking about is that while working internationally, there is a huge possibility your peers are going to be from different countries, which means English might be a foreign language for them, and this definitely means something. First, the communication level may vary. For those for who English is a native language, or it is a second language for them, or maybe they're practicing it often, or they have mastered it perfectly, they could speak English better than you are, and vice versa. For some of your peers, English could be really challenging. That is why you are, as a project manager, need to find the best communication channels that would fit the whole team and will facilitate your communication, and you will be able to collaborate all together. Second, even if you have managed to find the perfect communication channel that suits everybody on a project, there is still a room for misunderstanding. And what I'm talking about is that when you're using a foreign language, most likely you're gonna have an accent as well as your peers. So that is why in this situation, we still have a possibility for miscommunication. And what is more, even native speakers from different locations could have different accents. When I have started, for me personally, it was a real challenge to understand Australian people. So you never know where the obstacle could come from. Tip number 3. What you need to expect and you need to consider on international projects is cultural and national differences. And what I'm referring to on the international remote projects are some national holidays or cultural vacations or maybe day breaks that are typical for the certain cultures or nations. And you definitely need to keep this in mind and to implement in your project plan. Oh, please let me know what challenges do you see in dealing with international remote teams? Tip number 4. Another challenge that I see while working internationally and with remote teams is a possibility of some environment limitations. This means that some tools or software or some websites could be restricted in certain regions, which could limit the team engagement and collaboration opportunities, and that you need definitely to keep in mind while planning a project work. Tip number 5, and this is my favorite one. So as you can see from the title, while working internationally with remote teams, you're going to be dealing with different time zones, and that definitely could be a pain in the neck sometimes. The biggest time gap that I had while working remotely with international teams was, I guess, 15 hours, and that was between Australia and the United States. Luckily, at that time, I was located somewhere in the middle. That is why I had a chance to overlap with Australia in the afternoon and with the US in the morning hours. In my experience, while working internationally with the remote and distributed teams, the regular time difference is between 4 and 6 hours. This means that you need to carefully plan the collaboration process. On one hand, it is even convenient because you are able to complete your individual tasks without extra distractions. On the other hand, this time gap significantly limits the collaboration opportunities for the team, which means you as project manager need to constantly find a balance and a happy mean. Now you know my top 5 tips for dealing with international teams located in different time zones. What challenges do you see in this type of collaboration? Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Stay safe, cheers!